Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I haven't made a video like this before, but I wanted to do something different today, and I wanted to show off my vinyl collection. I have been collecting vinyl records for maybe about a year and a half. I'm still a baby. Like, I'm still an infant, a toddler, mind you, in the vinyl collecting world, very much so. That being said, I do have about, I think, 54 records, which to people who don't collect is gonna be like, oh my God, like, get a hobby. Like, this is it. But no, it's like, it seems like a lot, but to people that do collect, it's nothing. I just trust. I've been watching videos online of other people's vinyl collections, and some of them kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie. So, anyway, these are in alphabetical order. Kind of. Some artists, I put their first name as the alphabetical order. Some artists, I put their last name. So like, you have someone say like Taylor Swift, right? Because she's popular. She's either in the T's or the S's. Like, they're all together, but Anyway, and these are, yeah, if I want to give a little backstory, I will. I'll show a gatefold if there's one. But I don't want to be here for a year. Neither do you. So let's just get into it. All right, before we begin, this is my vinyl setup. I don't have the nicest record player, I'm aware, but this one's, it's treated me well. I plan on upgrading soon, but anyway, I have this right here on my vinyl. I have stored down here, that's all of them, and whenever I have an album that's playing, I can take it and hook it right up here so it sits up above it while it's turning. So kind of a cool little thing I did there. I used like, those are to hold curtain rods. And I thought it worked out nice. All right, so the first vinyl in my collection is Cuts Like a Knife by Bryan Adams. This is pressed on standard black vinyl. It is not a gatefold. And my favorite song on this one is probably This Time. All right, next up I have 25 from Adele. This is also pressed on standard black vinyl. Not supposed to pull it out like this, but there you go. My favorite song off of this one is probably either When We Were Young or Send My Love to Your New Lover. All right, the next vinyl record I have is this. I've actually never heard this before. It was in a dollar bin at a record store, and I like the cover. Maybe I should take it out so you can kind of see it better. I like the cover. I don't think it's a gatefold. No, and it's clearly been used. The edges are a little rough. But yeah, pressed on black vinyl. I don't need to show it. Excited to hear it though. All right, the next vinyl is actually one of the more recent ones in my collection, and that's Madison Beer's new album, Lock It. This one is a gatefold, so I will take it out. I've heard this album maybe one time all the way through, and I enjoyed it, but that being said, I don't think there was a specific song that like stood out to me specifically. But this is the gatefold. This is the record, pressed on black, so I'm not gonna take it out. But there's a cute little like doily in the middle there. I kinda like that. Okay, moving right along. Next up, I have The Chase by Garth Brooks. This is pressed on standard black vinyl. My favorite song on here, I don't remember. I've heard it like one time. It was all right. I just wanted to try Garth Brooks because he's not on my streaming services. So I have this. All right, next up is my most expensive vinyl in my collection, and that is my issue of Buckingham Nicks. This is from, I think, one of the original pressings. I don't know, from the 70s. I mean, I kept the price tag on it because I will never buy another expensive vinyl again. But yeah, I will take this one out because it is a gatefold. I have the record in here. Oh, here it is. You can kind of see it. Standard black pressing, gatefold. Kind of has some pictures of them and stuff. My favorite song on this album is Crystal. All right, next up in my collection, this is the only other one that I have a duplicate of, and that is Buckingham Nicks. Again, because when I bought the other one, you couldn't find it anywhere. It wasn't on streaming. It was just on vinyl, maybe CDs, maybe a couple YouTube videos, but like you couldn't stream it. So for me to hear the music, I just bought it on vinyl. And then like a week later, they're announcing that it's going on streaming, they're reissuing it in all these different colors. So I bought one. I was frustrated because I spent so much money on the other one, and then I'm like, really, I could have just waited. But anyway, I'm not getting rid of the other one because I like to have it. This one is my reissue of it. The gatefold's the same, so I'm not going to take it out, but I will show you the vinyl. This is the Amazon exclusive, pressed on like a custard yellow vinyl because it matches the text. That's why I got this one. All right, speaking of Buckingham and Nicks, next in my collection is Lindsey Buckingham's album Law and Order. I got this at like a antique store. It's kind of banged up. That's actually the wrong price tag on it. That's for a different album. I did not pay $10 because look at this thing. I don't think I have probably paid $5, which is still pushing it. But it is Lindsey Buckingham. I'm gonna buy it. I don't really actually know this album that well, but I know the song Trouble, so I'll say that's my favorite because that's the only one I know. I don't know. Oh, it is a gatefold. Damn. Okay, I gotta take it out then. And this is what we're looking like in the middle. All right, next is another Lindsey Buckingham album. This is Go Insane. This one I do know a little bit better than the other one. My favorite song on here is actually just the title track, Go Insane. And this one is not a gatefold. It's also pressed on standard black vinyl, so I don't need to take it out to show you. Next is an artist who I have quite a bit from, and that's Kim Carnes. This is the first album of hers that I have. This is Sailin'. Actually, I haven't heard this album all the way through, but I do know, I think the title track, which is okay, and I think that's it. But yeah, so I have this one, standard black. It is not a gatefold, but look how busy the back is. They have anyway, so yeah, they're all falling over. All right, the next Kim Carnes album I have is St. Vincent's Court. I actually just got this one last week for $3 to 98, $3. I do know, what's my favorite song in here? It Hurts So Bad. I like that song pretty much. I've heard this one time all the way through, but I need to hear it again. I haven't heard it on vinyl though. So I'm glad I have this. Is it a centerfold or a gatefold? It is not a gatefold, so there you go. All right, next album I have is Kim Carnes' Romance Dance. This one is also not a gatefold. Here's the front, here's the back. My favorite song on here is probably Will You Remember Me? So yeah. All right, I have another Kim Carnes album. Listen, Kim Carnes is someone, I'm trying to collect all of her vinyl. I wouldn't say I'm like a super fan, but maybe I am. I really like her voice. It's very raspy and it's just nice to kind of have in the background. But this album is Voyeur. I actually got this one like at a record store. It was in an outside bin in the hot sun. Like that just feels inhumane for records. And it's a little banged up. You can see the rings, but I only paid $4 for it, so it's fine. I haven't heard this album all the way through, but the title track Voyeur is one of my favorites by her. So excited to have this. It is. All right, next album of hers that I have is Cafe Racers. This one I actually have it packaged right here so you can see. Black vinyl, as you can tell. This is one of my favorite albums by her, I think. I like a couple of the songs on here. My favorite is probably Invisible Hands. I also really like Hurricane and I Pretend. But yeah, Cafe Racers. All right, next up is, I think, Kim Carnes' best album, and that is Mistaken Identity. This is probably her most popular. Oh my God, all my vinyl are falling over again. This is also the most beat up one. I mean, you can, I don't even want to take it out. Is it a gatefold? It's not, so I don't have to take it out. But I mean, look at the edge. There's not even, that's rough. All right, I think I paid $10 damn for this at an antique store. And I mean, as you can see, she needs to be protected in here. So I definitely overpaid for this, but that was at the beginning. I saw Kim Carnes. I'm like, oh my God, Betty Davis Eyes is on this. I know that song. So obviously my favorites on this album, I love Betty Davis Eyes, Mistaken Identity, and probably Don't Call It Love are some of my favorites. There's only 2 more Kim Carnes, I swear. All right, next is one I haven't even heard, and that's Barking at Airplanes. This is pressed on standard black vinyl. I paid $5 for this, and it's not a gatefold. So yeah. All right, my last Kim Carnes album, I know, finally, is Lighthouse. I haven't heard this album all the way through either, but again, I'm just collecting all her vinyl, so I saw this at a store and I wanted to get it. And I like the cover, it's very interesting. The next vinyl I have is John Cougar, Nothing Matters and What If It Did. I actually have not heard this album all the way through, but I really like the song Ain't Even Done With The Night from it. Here's the back, and it is not a centerfold. All right, next up is another album that I actually haven't heard all the way through. I gotta quit buying albums that I've never heard. I just like the cover of this one. It kind of caught my eye. Like, it's The Cure. I don't know what album it's even called. Does it say? Three Imaginary Boys. So I've never heard this all the way through, but I hear The Cure is pretty popular, so I'm excited to listen to this. All right, next up is an older one in my collection, and that's Dion and the Belmonts. Like, I don't really know this album that much, but I know it's got a very 60s sound to it, and I thought that sounded really good on a record player. I do know A Teenager in Love, which I do like. But yeah, it is not a gatefold, it's just standard. Yeah, I paid $10 for this. Probably still way too much to be spending on, but we make choices. All right, next up is a very interesting one in my collection. It was actually it was my parents' vinyl. I was going through their collection, and I saw it, and I thought, like, what the is this? And that's Disco Duck. So yeah, this is it's not a centerfold or anything, and it's a very strange album. I've heard it all the way through. I don't know what my favorite song is. They're very strange. I mean, they're strange, but it's not bad. Yeah, Disco Duck. Next in my collection is another pretty expensive one, and that is Dandelion by Ella Langley. This one's one that I recently bought. It is a gatefold, so I'll show that to you. Oh, so it is not a gatefold, but there's the front, there's the back. I don't know why I thought it was. All right, and this one is pressed on, it's called Puffball White Vinyl. So I'm glad to have that. My favorite song on this is probably the single, Choosing Texas. I also really like Me and You Time. All right, next up in my collection is one that I actually also found in the dollar bin. Never heard of it, and it's Ellen McIlwain's We the People. I don't know, I just kind of like the cover. Maybe the gay part of me was like, oh my god, a woman. Yeah. But this is a very bizarre sounding album, but I kind of liked it. My favorite song on here is All To You. That's the only one I've really gone back to listen to multiple times. But very interesting vibe, very interesting album. All right, the next band in my collection is another one that I have a lot of, and that's for Fleetwood Mac. I've always been a super fan of Fleetwood Mac. Like, damn, everything's falling! I mean, I like Fleetwood Mac even from before Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks joined. For example, the first album I have from them is Bare Tree. I love the vibe of this album. Probably one of my favorite songs on it is gonna be Send Me a Little of Your Love. I also love Sentimental Lady. So yeah, Bare Trees, black vinyl, not a gate. All right, next is Fleetwood Mac's Penguin. This is a gatefold, so we're gonna take it out so we can take a look at it. So here's the gatefold. Oh, it's actually one of the first times I've seen it too. Let's see, is there a song list on here? Probably my favorite, one of my favorite songs on this is probably gonna be like Dissatisfied or Remember Me. The Derelict is also a very interesting song in here. It kind of switches the whole vibe, very country, which is not like Fleetwood Mac. All right, next is my favorite album of the pre-Buckingham Nicks era of Fleetwood Mac, and that is Mystery to Me. This one has one of my favorite covers ever. Tell me that's not the strangest looking thing you've ever seen. This is the gatefold. Picture of all of them, and I like how the album cover continues, like the whole thing on the back. Also, there's a penguin. But anyway, this album is really good. My favorite track on here is either Hypnotized, which is the popular one. I also really love Forever and Why. All right, next up is their most popular album, and that is, of course, Rumors. Everybody has heard a song on this album. It is their greatest album of all time. It's actually not my favorite from them, but it's got all the hits. This is not a gatefold, and I have, oh my god, I'm trying to pull it out, but it's not. I have it on standard black vinyl. A lot of people get it on fun colors. I'm kind of glad that I have black vinyl. I think songs that came out in the 70s that were initially intended to be on vinyl should be on black vinyl. I think it just sounds better. I know it's a placebo effect, I'm aware. Here's the back of it. Let's see, my favorite songs on here, of course, Dreams is so good. Gold Dust Woman, so good. Go Your Own Way. You've heard these songs before. All right, next up is the newest Fleetwood Mac vinyl that I got added to my collection, and that is Fleetwood Mac's Tusk. This one I actually just got, I think last week, from Barnes & Noble. It is not a gatefold, which is surprising because it's a double album. It's got like 18 songs on it, so I would think that it would have a gatefold. Anyway, my favorite songs on here, I love the title track, Tusk. Sarah is so good. I also like Think About Me. And this is pressed on translucent, I think, blue vinyl, which is an interesting choice for Tusk, but I kind of like it. Anyway, Tusk. Okay, I think we are getting to the halfway point, so this is exciting. All right, the next from Fleetwood Mac that I have is Mirage. This one is not a gatefold either. So here's the back, there's the front. I love the cover of this. It's very like mysterious, dark. My favorite song on this, I mean, it's gotta be Gypsy. Everybody knows Gypsy from this. I also really like Love in Store and Hold Me. It's so good, it's so good. All right, next up is my personal favorite album from Fleetwood Mac. I think they sound the best on this album. It's my second favorite album of all time, and that is Fleetwood Mac's The Dance. This is a live concert that they did. They filmed it, they released it on stuff, and this is the vinyl that I have for it. Standard black vinyl. Every single song on here is so good. It's so good. The Chain, I think, sounds better than the original. The Dreams, hot take. I like this version of Dreams way better. Landslide. Silver Springs is on this. The one that you see online is the one from this. One of my favorite songs that my dad absolutely hates, but I love, is Sweet Girl by Stevie Nicks. So good. Bleed to Love Her is on this. Such a good song. And I love the cover. I used to have this hanging up on my wall. Not this, but a picture of this album hanging up on my wall. I'll put a picture of it. But yeah, one of my absolute favorites. All right, next up in my Fleetwood Mac collection, this is probably my second favorite album of all time, and that is Fleetwood Mac's Say You Will. I've got it, I don't know why I don't have it in my fancy sleeves, but it's fine. Let me take them out so we can see. Is it a gatefold? It is not a gatefold either. Here's the front, here's the back. Some of my favorite songs on this, Thrown Down is so good. Destiny Rules, Steal Your Heart Away, Peacekeeper, Say You Will. I also really love Smile at You. I'm listing all the songs on this album. It's so good. It's so good. A lot of people say this is like Buckingham Nicks 2, because Christine McVie was not in this. Okay, yeah, see, I can see the similarities. And when you hear it, you'll hear them too. I mean, it's the same people, basically. All right, my last Fleetwood Mac vinyl that I have is Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits. I mean, this has all the ones that, you know, I don't even need to list any of them. But this is on such a pretty vinyl color. What is it called? Translucent Forest Green. It goes so well with it. I love it with like the tan sticker. You get it. You can see it. Anyway, Walmart exclusive. So yeah, I saw this at Walmart and I'm like, yeah, you're coming home with me. Next in my collection is, I have never heard this, but it's Olivia Newton-John's Soul Kiss. Look at how damn good she looks on this cover. I'm sorry. Anyway, never heard anything on this. Standard black vinyl. It is a centerfold, so let's take a look at it. Centerfold. Olivia! Anyway, yeah, glad I have this. No, I did not spend $30 on this. That was the price tag for it, so about $5. All right, next in my collection is The Mamas and the Papas, If You Can Believe Your Eyes and Ears. I've heard this album all the way through one time. It's pretty good. My favorite song is California Dream, and that's probably also the one that you know too. All right, next in my collection is Maroon 5 Songs About Jane. This one I got at Target. My favorite song on this is probably This Love. I mean, come on, that's the single. I love She Will Be Loved as well. And this is not a gatefold on this really pretty like gold. You kind of see the little ripple in it, like gold kind of vinyl. I think I got that at Target. I don't know if that's a Target exclusive, but Anyway. All right, next in my collection is Missing Persons Spring Session M. I actually had never heard this before I got it. I don't really love the album that much. There's a couple songs that I like. I just thought the cover was cool at all. I think my favorite song on here is probably Destination Unknown or Windows. It's not too bad. And it is not a gatefold, is it? Yeah, it's not a gatefold. All right, next to my collection is the Motels All For One. This I think I got the same day as the other one. Very 80s sounding album, just like the last one. I don't know if I mentioned that. Both, they sound like the era they came out in. I think it's 80s. If I got my eras wrong, it sounds like older music. But this one, I don't have it very well protected because it actually skips. There's a couple songs that skip, so that's unfortunate. So I haven't really heard it that much. But at least my favorite song on here plays, and that's Only the Lonely, which is probably the only one that people really know from this, if you're, you know. Anyway, so yeah. All right, next up is another recent one that I just got, and that is Honey Mind by Ben Platt. I think I've only heard about one song on this album. I couldn't tell you what it is, though. But I like Ben Platt's voice. I'm excited to hear it. And this one is a centerfold, I think. Is it? Yes. All right, so this is the centerfold. And all right, and this one is a Barnes & Noble exclusive, and it is pressed on honey-colored vinyl. But hear me out, this is just yellow. I mean, it goes good with it, don't get me wrong, but I would expect a little more of like an orange. If that is the color of your honey, it is radioactive. All right, next up is Quarter Flash. I don't know the title of this album. Maybe it's a self-titled album. God, I can't talk today. Actually, I only know one song on here. My dad got this for me, and I know Hard in My Heart. I haven't heard it yet. I don't think it's gonna be my style, but like, I like Hard in My Heart, and he says I need to listen to it. So he's the one that got me into Fleetwood Mac. So I need to trust him. All right, next up is another new one in my collection, and it's really chunky for some reason. Like, it takes up a lot of space. And that is Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. I like this album pretty much. I'm not like, I don't live and breathe for Sabrina Carpenter like a lot of people do. But I do like this album. This is the centerfold. Can I show it? Yeah, I can show that. It is pressed on this like bubblegum pink. You can kind of see it through there with like, do I need to pull it out so you can see it better? Oops. There you go. I don't know. I wish I had like a blue pressing for this. I feel like a blue or maybe like a denim blue, like that would go good with it, but it's fine. All right, next to my collection is one that I definitely probably paid too much for because it was $40. Shania Twain's Come On Over. This is standard black vinyl, but it is a gatefold, so you know what that means. Here's the front, here's the back. Gatefold. Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen this gatefold, or I only saw it when I like got it, because I make them so I can take them out without having to open them up. So this is like the first time we're seeing it. My favorite song on here is You're Still the One. I also really like That Don't Impress Me Much. I mean, the ones people have heard of. All right, next up is another one that I haven't heard, and that is Sombers, I Barely Know Her. It is not a gatefold. Standard black vinyl. There's the front, there's the back. I do know the songs Back to Friends, and my favorite is probably Undressed. Stop falling over! All right, next up is my first Stevie Nicks album. I need more from this artist. I mean, I'm obsessed with Stevie Nicks. But this album, this is not a good start because I've actually never heard this album all the way through. I can't say I'm a Stevie Nicks fan and then say stuff like that. But I do really like the song I Can't Wait. I know the song Talk to Me, but I don't fully remember. I know I've heard it a couple times. But yeah, front, back, not a gatefold, but standard black vinyl. All right, next up is probably her least popular album, and that is Street Angel. This is actually one of my favorites, maybe my 5th or 6th favorite album. I just like the calm vibe to it. It is a gatefold, and here it is. But yeah, my favorite song on this is probably Destiny or Rose Garden. All right, and this one is printed on translucent, is it just red? Translucent red vinyl, which I think looks so good with the album. I I like that one. All right, next up, I'm probably gonna spend a little bit of time talking about because it's my absolute favorite album of all time, and that is Stevie Nicks' Trouble in Shangri-La. This is a gatefold. Let's get into it. Let's take it out. All right, so here's the front. Now you can see it better. The back. I also, you see that little S for Stevie? I have that tattooed on my body. So it's, I mean, my favorite album of all time. Here's the gatefold. I haven't seen it too many times, but I don't know, I like the vibes of it. Wait a second, I swear it came with a little booklet too. There's stuff in here. Let's figure this out. Oh, I guess this is people that helped her on the album. I love the color of this. It honestly, and this is a compliment, it feels like you're in one of those little hole-in-the-wall Chinese restaurants. Like this look, tell me this does not look like their menu. And I'm here for it. All right, and my favorite songs on this album, my top favorite is Too Far From Texas. It stays in my playlist. Trouble in Shangri-La, the title track, is so good. Sorcerer is really good. Planets of the Universe, Every Day. That Made Me Stronger. Bombay Sapphires. Candle Bright. I'm listing every song on this. Every damn one is good. It's me. It's me. Only song I don't like is Fall From Grace, so there's only one. But you know, there's always gotta be one. You know, there's like the runt of a litter. That's her for me. All right, and this is, we're almost done with it. This is also printed on, or pressed on limited edition translucent sea blue vinyl, which I would not see this and think, oh, blue would go with that. But it does. It's got the S in the middle, you can kind of see it. But yeah, favorite album of all time. All right, the last Stevie Nicks vinyl I have, again, I need to get more from her, is Stevie Nicks live in concert for the 24 Karat Gold Tour. This is a gatefold, so let's get right into it. I know you can already kind of see a preview of what this vinyl is gonna look like. It's super cool. It's so cool. All right, so here's the front. See, there's like gold flaking on it. So good. Here's the back. Here's the gatefold. Really interesting. So, little gold flakes and stuff. Picture of her. All right, and this is one of my favorite pressings ever, if I can get it out. I mean, look at that. Oh my God, it is, what is it? Walmart exclusive blue and white splatter vinyl. So good. So good. All right, next up is probably one of the most popular artists of all time, and that's Taylor Swift. Blanket statement, I am not a Swiftie. My boyfriend kind of is though. So he wanted to get this. This is Speak Now, Taylor's version, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, so here's the front. Here's the back. That's a nice picture of her. Here's the gatefold. I like that picture. That's a letter. I'm not reading all that. Photos. For the Swifties, I will show them. There's one. Here's two. Oh, I like that one. All right, and this one is pressed, you can already kind of tell, on like a lavender thing. What is it called? Lilac marbled vinyl. It looks really good. I like it with the text. Very aesthetic. It matches her dress. So yeah, that's my first Taylor vinyl. Yes, we have more. All right, next up is Taylor Swift 1989. This is the original version, I believe, which I liked this cover better. Like, I know she sold her rights or something, or lost them, but bought them back. So I'm not too worried, you know, I wanted this cover. Here's the front, here's the back, here is the gatefold, cute, black vinyl, and I like the little center cap there, it's very aesthetic. All right, the last Taylor Swift album I have, and the only one that I've heard all the way through, and that's The Life of a Showgirl. There's the front, there's the back. So I heard this album all the way through. Me and Timothy loved it. I was very surprised. So then I went on to hear Midnight, and I hated that album. So I do not claim to be a Swiftie, even though I really like this Taylor Swift album. Here is the gatefold. It's very interesting because that's like a piece of paper, and there's a little flap here. And then there's like a little picture and stuff there. Orange, glittery vinyl, and the colors remind me of a carrot. This is like the home stretch. Like we're almost done. Next is Kenny Rogers, Love Will Turn You Around. There's the front, there's the back. It is not a gatefold. My favorite song on this is Love Will Turn You Around. I also really like If You Can Lie a Little Bit. All right, next I have another Kenny Rogers album. This one is We've Got Tonight. I haven't heard this one all the way through, but I really like the title track, We've Got Tonight. There's the front, there's the back, no gatefold. All right, the last Kenny Rogers album I have so much Kenny Rogers because it's Kenny Rogers. I don't need to explain it, but I like his voice. It's very soothing. It feels like a father telling me a bedtime story. But this one I've never heard anything from, but it's Love Is What We Make It. There's the front, there's the back. Found it in like a discount bin. All right, next is one that I actually got from my dad, and that is Rick Springfield, Living in Oz. I haven't heard anything on this either, and it's not sleeved. But it also wasn't sleeved for years, so I'll get to that when I get to it. Here's the front, there's the back, standard black vinyl. Next up is Bob Welch, Three Hearts. Bob Welch used to be the lead singer in Fleetwood Mac before Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks, and I like his voice, so I got this album. I have yet to hear it though. There's the back, yeah, I got that one. I like the little gold. Second to last vinyl is a box set, I think, and it's Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Very unfortunately boring front. Same with the back, just a little picture and all the song list. Holy crap. My favorite song on this is Oh What a Night. I only know about 4, but this is one of those that I feel like would sound good on vinyl, so I just wanted it. You can play it in the background. But yeah, Oh What a Night is my favorite. All right, I'm saving one of my favorites for last. It's also a soundtrack to my favorite movie of all time. I have it tattooed on my body right there, Last Night in Soho. And that is the soundtrack to Last Night in Soho. This is the gatefold, let's get into it. All right, here is the front, here's the back, gatefold. Ooh. So this hiding in here, which is interesting. Oh, it's a booklet. Okay. The middle, the back. All right, and this is pressed on one of my coolest vinyl. I mean, come on. That is super cool. It matches it. It looks really good. Anyway, well, that was my entire vinyl collection. I hope you really enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe, and maybe I'll do an update in a year because it's growing at a very fast rate. But yeah. Anyway, with that being said, peace out.